So basically, just to give you an overview of what this is, who I am, and just how this is going to look going forward is, I started my journey of self-awareness 4 years ago. It was unquestionably the greatest thing that I've ever done. Because ever since I started this, I started to think differently. What happens when you start to think differently? You start to see the world differently. What happens when you see things that weren't there before? Now you can act and behave in different ways, which were not possible before. All why? Because you began to think differently. My goal is to bring as much self-awareness to myself as possible. I am a student of the game. I'm just trying to learn. Every day I make mistakes and I fail and I learn new things, and I would like to think that I reflect on them and that I become better. And I take one step closer every single day to becoming more self-aware and more mindful of who I am. I think self-awareness is everything. I think it touches on whether you talk about financially being self-aware of yourself in terms of relationships, communication, strengths, weaknesses. I feel like no matter what your goals are in life, it always goes back to self-awareness. My name is Daniel. This channel is the Daniel Teaches Experience. And if you're at all interested in self-awareness, in becoming mindful, learning more about yourself, hopefully this is the podcast for you. See, I don't claim to have the answer. If I've given that off before on YouTube or whatever, I sincerely apologize. I do not have the answer. I have answers that I've heard from other people, from other psychologists, from other motivational speakers, answers that when I've heard two concepts from two different psychologists, I'll put together, revise it, and put my own spin on it. And really what motivates me to do this, the reason why I want to be on camera here or speak, whether you're listening to this on audio or on YouTube later on, is I want to be able to provide value to people, right? I want to be able to give you value, to do something that would inspire you to be a little bit better. If I can help you know yourself better by even 0.1%, man, I'm happy. Now, let's be honest, I'm not an expert. By any means, I'm not an expert at all. I'm just a student. I'm just learning this game. So I continue to read, I continue to go to lectures and to find educational audio online and to enrich myself and to broaden my thinking and my knowledge that I already have. And what I really want to do is I want to share it with you that if you're ever in the same position as I am, you know, not only do I want it to be able to benefit you, to get something away from it, but, you know, a lot of the times it could be things that I'm struggling with. Things that I'm still trying to figure out and I don't know which way to go, and putting these out here. My hope is that you guys, whoever's watching this, that you'll DM me, text me, email me, whatever it is, and say, hey, Daniel, you know what? I heard the situation that you're in. I was in a similar situation. This is how I handled it. Right? Because when we can share our knowledge with one another, we can learn so much more easier. I want to talk about general concepts. General concepts that apply to everyone in every situation, and then take these general concepts from the psychology world, from the motivational speaking world, and then give you my own personal examples to how they relate to me. And I want to challenge you to use these to relate to you. I know one of the biggest things when I was sitting in my psychology lectures in class was I'm sitting there and they're going over these broad theories, they're going over these broad concepts, and I keep thinking, how does this apply to me? How does this apply to the people? How can we take that theory? Because theories are great. How can we make it practical? That, my friends, is what this podcast seeks to do, is to take theory, take a general concept, give you my own personal examples, and show you practicality where psychology does come into play. Things of, you know, how to talk to someone who you're attracted to, how to, 3 ways to instantly end an argument, the best ways to give advice, the best ways to receive advice, how to call someone out when you know they're flat out wrong. Just, you name it. It's where motivational speaking meets psychology, and it's the perfect get-together. With your host, Daniel.